Hi everyone, my name is Koforola
And I'm Tobbs.
and you are welcome to the BCH podcast.
We noticed that some students don't have a relationship with their lecturer. Some they have a very bad relationship. Some see their lecturers as unapproachable, and it really affects our society. Okay, so the objective of this episode is to bridge that gap between students and their lecturers, and also mend relationships between students and lecturers. Maybe you've had a very bad interaction with your lecturer. We are here to mend that. And if you've never had a relationship with your lecturers before, we are here to create that avenue. We have an actual lecturer with us here who has given us his time and opportunity to interact with him.
All right, thank you, sir, for having us here. I'd like you to introduce yourself, please.
Yes, my name is Dr. Stephen Adefegha. I'm an associate professor of biochemistry, and I got a job as an assistant lecturer in year 2009, and I've risen to the rank of associate professor. My research, my research interests are in the area of the critical role of food and food bioactives in the management of several degenerative diseases. I've won several grants, and over the years, I've mentored a number of graduate and postgraduate students. I'm a member of several professional organizations, both in Nigeria and abroad, and I've done research in Italy, in Brazil, in Germany.
Wow.
And I'm currently in Nigeria, as you can see, also teaching and mentoring students.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's very good, sir. Thank you so much for that introduction. That's really brilliant. And we appreciate your hard work and effort and your achievements too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So I'll go into our questions. So the first question is, as a lecturer, what do you look forward to seeing in scripts, especially biochemistry scripts? And do you have a marking style or a marking guide?
All right, thank you for that question, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome,
The mind of a typical lecturer is that of a father, okay? Or if it's a female, the mind of that lecturer is the mind of a mother. So our intentions as lecturers, our intention is not to fail you, okay? What will be our gain in making you to repeat a course? So our desire and our aim as lecturers is to ensure that you pass very well, you graduate in flying colors, and you get good jobs. Apart from getting good jobs, you can also be an entrepreneur. Okay.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we can make reference to you that yes. So, like the question you asked, what do I look forward to? I look forward to a student who understands the concept of the subject matter. Of course, you know that in biochemistry, we have different aspects of the course.
Yes, sir.
So I look forward to a student who have a full grasp, full understanding of the concept of the subject matter in that course. Now, I also look forward to that student showing me from the script that he was in class or she was in class. Okay, so I want to see illustration, I want to see equations, I want to see pathways. Okay, so any question, I want to see a student who is holistic in his approach to questions, showing full comprehension of the subject matter. So that's what I want to see.
Thank you so much, sir, for that. We'll take notes and we'll do much more better.
Okay.
All right. So, sir, my next question is that we all know that school is theory based and all. So, when a student gets bored along the way, how can they start engaging real world experiences in the application of biochemistry? What can you share from your experience? How students can maximize application of biochemistry now and not even the theory based alone?
All right. Yes, I believe that both theory and practicals are very important. However, it's good to have good theoretical knowledge of whatever you want to do. Else, that individual will become a technician. So you must understand, why am I doing this? So that will broaden your horizon. That when I'm doing it, this is what I'm expecting. So this is what I'm expecting. This is the kind of results I want to get. Okay. Let me cite a simple one, Beer-Lambert's law. Now, if you take a reading on the spectrophotometer and you have a reading above 1, it means that reading it's inaccurate.
It's not correct.
It may indicate that you have too much concentration.
That's what I think.
And that's so you must have a theoretical knowledge of the Beer-Lambert's law
for doing it
for you getting that spectrophotometric result, and then you're able to interpret it well. I need to repeat this experiment. I need to have a diluted solution.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
So I believe that both of them, they work hand in hand. Also, acquisition of skills. When you are doing some practicals, you acquire skills, and that skill can make you a reference point in future. For example, when you have molecular biology skill in the current world that we have, you are just like an arrow that is shot into the world. You are relevant all over the world. But you need to also be solid in your theoretical background. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure that our listeners are learning 1 or 2 things already, because I'm learning a lot now. All right,
thank you, sir. The third question is that what are the 3 things that you've noticed that students do that you really wish they would stop?
Number 1, cheating in exam. Cheating and doing. I just conducted a test for some of my students, practical course, and I said, don't come with your phone. Cheating. Then ask it, what's the answer for question 1? So what I tell them, that at the end of the day, you will graduate with cooperative society certificate. You know, cooperative society certificate. We did it together. So that you should be independent. You should start to be independent from the class. So number 2, laziness. Some students, they are pathologically lazy. It's a pathology. And I wish they understand the need to be hardworking. Okay? They need to be hardworking, reading. You will give students assignments. Read this. One day I gave a test in class, in one of the courses I taught this semester, 4 or 5. I gave them an assignment. The following week, and I said, I want to conduct tests. Okay, so everybody, don't just with your notes, take away your phones. Leave your notes on the table, but take away your phones. So they were excited that I was going to give them tests. I give from what I've taught them now. So that assignment, I now said they should write it. So very few. I noticed a lady who had done that assignment. She not only copied that assignment in her notes, she also jotted the notes. So I went around to see. So laziness, what will it cost you? You have been given an assignment. Just go to the library, check your textbooks. You even have phones. You can Google it. You can download materials, read these materials, jot notes. So laziness, that would be the second thing I'll talk about. Number 3, drugs. Some students are involved in drugs, and I wish they know the pharmacokinetics of drugs. I wish they know the harm that drug can cause to them, especially those drugs that are prohibited, those drugs that are harmful. Some of them, just because they want to be high, they just they mix different things together and they drink it, destroying their liver, destroying their kidneys. So these are the 3 things I wish they don't do.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. And my next question says that what's one thing that students don't seem to understand about their lecturers? I know that, okay, we are in a school setting where our lecturers are our parents, yeah, but we still don't seem to understand some of our lecturers. So what are the things you could tell us that might cause that and things we should do?
Okay, what I feel is, just like I said earlier on, we are local parentees, okay? We
Yes,
are
sir.
local parents,
Yes,
okay? So students should see lecturers as their
Like
parents, and they should see every action is geared towards their development, towards their growth, towards them becoming great people in future. Okay,
better person.
so the perspective must change on the part of students.
Yes. Okay.
We cannot harm you. Just see us as parents. See us, okay, if you can't see us as your parents, see us as your uncles. Okay, so maybe in that case, you can approach us, you can enter, ask questions. You should make yourself accessible. At times, some students will come into my office and then they want to stand. No, I offer them seats. Okay, so you are an undergraduate, talk to me. If you bring an illegal thing, I want you to leave my office. So that's so. But if it's something that is reasonable, like I sent someone out not quite long. Why? I told them submit assignment in class. All of them submitted. She took her own from there. And now when I asked someone to bring all the assignments, she's now bringing her own. So I asked her to leave. At least you are an undergraduate, and then so you are an adult. You can decide to do whatever you like.
Want to do.
So I'm also an adult. I can also decide to collect or not collect. So I asked her to go with her manual. Are you getting it? So
Yes, sir.
That should be the level of rapport or relationship. Of course, I'll still collect it, but I just wanted her to reason that what she did was wrong. Bad. Okay, so this is the way we should relate.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. So yes, sir. The 5th question is, what are the 3 ways, from your own standpoint, what are the 3 ways that students should never answer exam questions?
Okay, number 1, students should not answer exam questions as if they've not attended classes. Okay, because a lecturer must have spent 11, 12 weeks in class teaching, disseminating information, and ordinarily, without checking attendance, the lecturer wants to mark your script. The lecturer wants to see whether you have been attending classes, because the essence of exam or test is to assess your level of comprehension of the subject matter.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first thing. Then number 2, students should never attempt question without reading instructions. Answer 4 questions. Answer question 1 and 2 other questions. So you must read the instructions before you attempt any question. Then number 3, the students should not rush to answering questions. Students should read the question, try to understand what the lecturer wants before attempting to write. There could be need to jot, maybe in the 5 minutes before, jot some information. Okay, point. This is the point I will write. Write this point. I write this point before you start writing. Okay, and then for students in biochemistry, I expect you not to write like students in history. 4-5 pages without equations, without illustrations, without pathways, without images, without something to show that. For example, I asked some question, what's the difference between photosynthesis and respiration? Now, if you can write the equation of photosynthesis and the equation of respiration, you have answered virtually about 90% of that question. So the first thing I expect from any student to do is to write the equation of photosynthesis on one side, equation of respiration on the other side, and then compare. Okay, what are the reactants? What are the products? So what are the reactants? What are the products? So in that case, you have about 3 or 4 points. We have stated 3 or 4 points. So these are the things students should not do.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We are learning a lot.
Okay.
All right, sir. So the next question says that from all your years of lecturing, what's one thing that you've noticed that top students in the department do that others don't do?
Top students go extra miles. Top students go extra miles. They read beyond what they are taught in class. Okay, students, they go extra miles. They go to the library. They read books. They read textbooks. They ask questions in class. You see them. From what they have read, they want to know. And then top students, they are not interested in passing exam only. They want to know.
Gain knowledge.
They want to gain knowledge. And then they know that passing exam is a byproduct of the knowledge they've acquired.
Yes.
So another thing is that, top students also, they download materials. They read materials online. There's internet is available on your phones. They dwell less on social media. They spend more time with their books and their studies. They also read with others. They form reading groups where they discuss the courses they offer and things like that. And then they utilize the handbook effectively. The handbook, there are topics. So course synopsis, topics in the handbook. For example, you are in 300 level now, you're in your 400 level. They know the courses. They know how they will do advanced examology. They started reading ahead. So by the time they teach them in class, they will have better comprehension than someone who is just having a first time. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So the next question, sir. The next question is, a lot of students, they have this opinion that lecturers frustrate them. They are frustrated by their lecturers. So if you would diagnose the real problem, what would you say it is?
Okay, if I want to diagnose the problem, I will say laziness on the part of the student. Slothfulness. Okay. Now, when lecturers give assignments, 10 papers, these 10 papers, these assignments are not meant to overburden students. They are meant to build capacity. You should be able to work under pressure. It means that the lecturers are building you for the future. You have deadlines to meet in your places of work. You should be, your boss will not listen to excuse. So in a similar manner, you have tests, you have this, and then you need to do assignment. You should see it as capacity building. You must see it as capacity building. You must see it as a form of resilience. I will not be tired. I will do this 10 paper. I will read for my test. I will do this. I will do that. So it must be something. You must build something inside of you. Another thing is that at times lecturers want to build independence in the students. So it's that you should be able to read this particular sub, and then you should be able to understand it. And if you need further clarification, you can ask the lecturer. Okay. Then lecturers wants to build innovation in that student. We want the student to be innovative. Okay. Go and do this, go and do something on this. And then the student could even come up with something more innovative than what the lecturer thought of initially.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It's been a great time here, and we are gradually coming to the end of the podcast.
Okay,
And
thank
I'm
you.
very sure that our listeners have been taking note of one or two things, and everyone will definitely get better by the knowledge gotten from this episode. So, sir, not the least, but the last question we have here. So, we've talked about our students rather, and I think it's time for us to just say this so our listeners to be happy. So do you think lecturers have their own aspects to improve on as well, so for the betterment of the student at large?
Okay, I feel lecturers should give more listening ears to their students. Yes, lecturers have their own challenges too. However, when they are with the students, they should give more listening ears. Then lecturers should ensure that persons with least IQs in the class are able to have a grasp of what they teach. Okay, so it means that there may be need for lecturers to come to
their level.
to the minimal level so that people with low IQ can actually pick something from the class, and that will be sufficient for them to pass and to carry on for their future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. I must say it's really a nice recording. Yeah, and I have learned a lot of things. Thank you for your simplicity.
Thank you.
Thank you for the privilege to do this with us. We do not take it for granted.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the audience and being accessible, because I don't think a lot of lecturers will be able to give us this.
Give us your time.
Yes, sir.
As very busy as you are. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for having me.
That was really an enlightening experience, and Kofo kept mentioning during the recording that she's learned a lot, and likewise me, I've learned several things, and that opinion that you had of your lecturer before, I hope it has changed. I hope you have more openness to relating with your lecturer. That would be profitable for you and to the lecturer. As you mentioned, they are to be our parents. They are home away from home. So make sure you relate well with them. Make sure you respect them, because I've noticed that several students, they don't respect lecturers. Okay, so respect them. Create that relationship with them. Kofo, what do you have?
Yeah, I actually learned a lot, and I saw the brighter side of everything, and I believe everyone has as well learned one or two things, and you clicking this link to listen to this podcast wasn't a waste of time. I'm sure you are blessed and you've learned one or two things.
All right, on to the next one. Thank you so much for listening, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye.